Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Keisha. I am currently 19 weeks and 3 days pregnant. My weeks roll over on Wednesdays. So anyway, this video is really about my pregnancy. I really wanted to come on and talk about how I've been feeling about telehealth appointments. If you guys don't know what telehealth appointments are, they're really just talking to your provider, your nurse over the phone instead of meeting them in person. And this just doesn't go for pregnancy updates. A lot of doctors are doing this for physicals or just you're not feeling well, and just to basically not have you in the doctor's office at all, unless it's like really serious. And if it is, they're gonna want you to go to the emergency room. So I am 19 weeks pregnant. Usually at this time I would have had my first appointment, which is usually at 8 weeks. I would have had my 12th appointment, my 16th appointment, and my 20th. So I would have had 4 appointments. My next one is coming up. So far I've had 3 tele appointments, so 3 over the phone. And what that really looks like is everything you would see in person. So how are you doing? How are you feeling? These are your test results. If you have like tests and lab results coming in, did you pick up your medicine? How are you feeling? I think I said that. All of those things, they tend to give you like a lot of information, whether it's your first pregnancy or your second or your third. They tend to give you a lot of information and make you feel really comfortable, I noticed, just so that you don't feel like it's rushed. I know every time I'm on the phone for at least 30 to 40 minutes. And it's pretty decent. I can say the one negative I'll say about it, I don't know if other people had this, but if your appointment is at 3 o'clock, I guess the nurse practitioner, no, like the assistant nurse, I'll say that. They usually call you at like 15 minutes after your appointment just to confirm that you want the appointment, and then the nurse usually calls you within the next 20 minutes. So if my appointment is at 3 o'clock, honestly, I don't usually talk to the doctor until like 3:45, 3:40. So if you have like set times and you're trying to do it in between your lunch break or whatever the case may be, I feel like they are never on time. So that's one thing. But the good thing about it, and I actually just had a survey on it, the 2 big reasons I love telehealth appointments is, number one, it's more convenient. I don't want to take off work just so they can weigh me, especially because I'm not the type of person that is I want to hear the heartbeat all the time. I want to feel movement. I'm not really anal about all those things. I just let everything flow. The biggest downfall for me with the telehealth appointments, besides the time and actually going into the hospital and all that stuff, was ultrasounds. When I first realized I was pregnant, or when I first called to get an appointment, I think I was about 6 weeks, and she wanted me to wait a little bit longer, which was fine, but they did schedule my first telehealth appointment at 8 weeks, which wasn't in person. Like I said, it was on the phone, and she told me about everything. This was probably like the longest phone. I was probably on the phone for an hour because she was just breaking down what was telehealth, what you'll see in the future, with COVID and all this stuff, because this was probably like May, so it was still in the beginning of COVID. And one of the biggest things she told me was there are going to be no ultrasounds until 20 weeks. And I was like, what? Like, I'm used to getting an ultrasound. Usually you get an ultrasound the first trimester, the second trimester, and the third trimester. If you're high risk, you tend to get them a little bit more just because you're high risk. I've never been high risk, so I don't know. And currently being 19 weeks, I'm still not high risk, so I don't expect to get ultrasounds that much. But I still wanted my first one. So anyway, that was probably like the biggest, oh my God, I want an ultrasound in my first trimester, just to make sure, you know what I mean? Especially in the first 12 weeks, that's like the most, I guess the scariest, because of miscarriage and not stillbirth, ectopic pregnancy, bad cramping, bleeding, all that stuff. You don't know what's going on. After that 13 weeks, you pretty much calm down. So anyway, as of right now, my doctor is really doing on for 1 month and off for another month for the time being. She said until you have to go to the doctor every week, and I don't think that's until 36 weeks or 37 weeks. And I was like, yes, because like I said, I don't feel like taking off. I already told my manager that, you know, sometimes I may have to step aside for like 20 to 30 minutes to take an appointment. And the more you are, like the later you are in the pregnancy, the appointments aren't really that long. I'm sorry guys, I'm out of breath. So I do have an appointment next week, and it's at 6 o'clock. Yes, I'm trying to pick them as late as possible so it does not conflict with taking off of work. Like, that's just what I don't want to do. Usually I try to do mine after 5 o'clock because, you know, it's easier for me. So being a second time mom, this is my second baby, I feel a lot more laxed about not having to go into the office. Now, I understand it might be a little bit more hectic if this is your first kid and they're telling you, oh, you can't come into the office that much, or oh, you have to get a COVID test every time you come in. Like, I can understand that. And telehealth, it's for some people, you don't want to be on the phone. You want to have that in-person conversation, even if you're talking about the same stuff on the phone. I get it. But for me personally, I prefer telehealth because they really don't, you know, how are you feeling? How's your blood pressure? This, that, and other. And if you're feeling good, you know, it's really no reason to even go to the office. But if you're not feeling good, that's when actually they'll tell you to come into the office, and they'll make an exception and have you come in, or they'll tell you to go to the emergency room. It's not like they don't want you to come in at all, but just for their safety and our safety as well, they don't want us coming in. So yeah, I personally think it's a really good thing. Let me know what you guys think down below. And like I said, this conversation is open not just for pregnant women, even for COVID patients or someone just getting a regular checkup. You still most likely are doing it over the phone. And how do you guys feel about that? Do you guys prefer over the phone, whether it's an appointment or therapy, or do you guys prefer to be in person? Let me know down below. Like I said, I prefer the phone just because it's more convenient. I already have a small kid and I don't have to take off work, so it fits in my schedule a lot easier. Anyway, guys, I'm out of breath. I feel like I was talking for like 30 minutes, but I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.